And people will say, well, I look at other people's profiles and judge. No, that's a small minority of people. People do not have time to go look at your profile and judge.
You need to do these things if you want to live in 2024 and not 2018. So we see clients come to us who have Instagram already going, and they have some ideas about what social should look like. And we kind of have to help them unlearn a few habits. And we sort of have this phrase with ourselves, right? We say they're using Instagram like it's 2018.
Yeah.
So, what are some of those telltale red flags of you're using Instagram the old way and not for today, 2024?
You're posting a ton of photos. You're not posting, and you're posting photos and graphics, but no videos. And you're scared to do video because you think it's hard to do.
Yes. And all of your photos are very staged, very aesthetically pleasing. Like there's no behind the scenes, there's no like authenticity. It all feels very much like,
It feels like a
studio.
photographer came in and shot your photos.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like you shot it from your iPhone.
Which, I'm a photographer, like I do photos and everything, and I love those kind of photos, but they don't stand out online anymore.
Yeah, they don't.
It just feels really inauthentic. It's like, oh, okay, another I mean, it's pretty, but like, especially on my phone, I need something a little bit more to like catch me because there's a lot going on my phone.
I think the one thing that people don't understand is Instagram has several feeds. They have the stories feed, they have the reels feed, and they have the feed, which is the feed that when you open up Instagram, you first see. And what's happening is people are spending time in all those areas, and the reels feed is where you get the growth. So if they're only showing photos and graphics on their profile, they're not going to get the growth.
Yeah.
Because reels is where the growth is. So you use your reels feed for growth, you use your feed to keep up with your current audience, and you use your stories feed to sell and show breaking news.
Yeah, absolutely. People are not utilizing all of those different places on Instagram to be. What about when people write a super long caption in their posts?
You guys, nobody reads captions anymore. Nobody reads them. They don't. I know this because I'll say something in the caption that kind of relates to a picture or a graphic, and nobody comments on it. They'll comment on it, but they won't comment what the question was.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell when somebody watches an end of the video because I'll say in my outfit videos, like, how would you style this cardigan? And people will respond because they see the visual, they hear the visual hook to that or the visual CTA, and they're like, oh, yeah, I would style that this way.
Mm-hmm.
So long captions, save those for your blog. Write those and put those on your blog. Don't put them on Instagram. Nobody's really looking at those.
That's so 2018.
So 2018, like writing your life story in your caption is
Done.
tell it in a video.
Yes. Even better, tell small pieces of it in a video. Okay. So here's a controversial way that we say that it's 2018 hashtags. Use them, lose them, hate them, love them.
Yeah. And so one thing I see people do with hashtags is put them in the first comment. That's not searchable. Stop putting your hashtags in the first comment. Also, stop putting a dot, 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 and like putting them like a whole bunch of spaces and doing that. That's so 2018.
So 2018.
It like nobody cares about the aesthetics of things anymore. Instagram, because of TikTok, is now unaesthetic, ugly.
Yeah.
It's not aesthetically pleasing anymore. So with your hashtags, one thing you gotta stop doing is put them in stop putting them in the first comment because it's not searchable. Also, stop using 30 hashtags and only use a handful, and don't use like 10 branded hashtags because nobody's using them but you.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have some sort of call to action out in your community to use that hashtag. Like, I'm just kind of like baffled when I see that. Like, a lot of times when I'm working with a brand, they'll have 4 you want in the caption. And I'm like, just pick one, people. Just pick one. The other part of hashtags is a lot of local businesses get hung up on this. They'll put all these hashtags in when really the only hashtags they should be using are the local hashtags because they're a local business that only serves that local area. So Don't put, hashtag holistic medicine. Do hashtag in Bend, hashtag Bend, Oregon, hashtag Central Oregon, hashtag Bend, Oregon lifestyle. But don't put all these ones that are really broad because
They're not local to you. They can't use your services,
you can't
right?
use your services.
Yeah.
But then somebody had asked, like, our hashtags are dead. And I would say yes and no. I would say only do like 5 hashtags. Make sure your copy of your caption is searchable, though.
Yes. So that's another way that Instagram has really evolved, especially coming into 2024, is this SEO for social media. And we talked about this and had a workshop about it. It's actually available online too to go buy at our website. But really not SEOing your social media now, that is so 2018. You have to make your caption searchable. You have to use the in-app features when you're doing captions on your videos and text on your videos. So we've really been trying to help our clients understand that it all needs to be readable by your phone, by the algorithm, and all that good stuff.
Yeah. One of my biggest 2018 pet peeves is when a client is like, but what is my colleague going to think of my video? When you should be thinking about what is the person that I want walking in the door of my business to think. Stop worrying about what your peers think and worry about what your customer thinks.
Yes, 100%.
Period.
And I think even with content creation, the topics that you're talking about need to be to your audience, not to your like professional community. I've seen a lot of designers get trapped in this because it can be so fun to make a little design meme or talk about fonts. And, even I've been like, oh, that's a cool post. I'm gonna share that on Dash. And then I go, wait, my audience doesn't know about fonts. They look to me to do that. They don't care. They don't want me to post about design trend, about design things that they're not going to understand that are too like, so any topic that's a little too in the weeds, we need to bring it back and think about what your ideal client needs and wants from you.
Video has been on the platforms for as long as I can remember with Instagram. And one thing that I see over that I'm totally guilty of myself is just doing one style of video. So I will do direct to camera videos all day long, but I will not do B-roll with voiceovers over them or a trend with POV trend. So picking 3 video styles is going to help your engagement and your views instead of just sticking to one type of video style. And the same can be said for your profile. When you are planning out your social, have a variety of things in your week, a photo, a graphic, 2 videos. I always say if you're going to post 5 times a week, half of them need to be videos. So just thinking about that. A lot of people will ask how many times should I post a week, and I'll say like at least 3 times, and half of it needs to be video, but really best is 5 times. And like the best would be 7 days a week. Instagram would tell you they want you posting 2 times a day. TikTok will say 3 times a day. Who has time for that? Not us, because we have blogs to write and emails to send. So having variety in your feed is something that we always tell people to have.
Yeah. And it's okay to repeat the sort of the topic or the theme. So when you think about like having variety in your week with the media type, you're not talking about 7 different topics. You're talking about one topic and you're breaking it down in different ways. And maybe you're diving into one detail in one video about the topic, but it's not like you're, coming up with all this content. Like you're not a content machine. So we really try to kind of theme out the month and make that at least have that be easier. And then just show that same idea in 5 different ways.
It's 2018 Instagram when you have this perfect grid when you open your profile.
Oh, the profile grid. You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, nobody looks at your profile, folks. Where they're hanging out is in the feed, the Reels feed, and the stories. They are also following you from those areas.
Mm-hmm.
They are not following you from your profile anymore.
Nope.
Go look at your profile views, the percentage of people that go to your profile, and then you'll be like, oh, okay, I need to stop worrying about how perfect my Instagram profile is. And people will say, well, I look at other people's profiles and judge. No, that's a small minority of people. People do not have time to go look at your profile and judge. And that is one of the biggest pet peeves I have with anybody that wants it to be perfect. Like,
Hmm.
drop the perfection. Like, it's just social media, folks.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, it's serious business to us, but it is just one fraction of your marketing.
Let's say that again. It's just social media.
It's just social media. You don't have to have a perfect profile.
Yeah.
And people don't want to see perfect profiles. They
No,
want to see imperfection. They want to relate to you. And
yeah.
that is just really hard for people to understand.
Yeah. I was just going to say that when I see a perfect profile, it's kind of a turn off now. It's like, well, this looks like it was super planned, not at all authentic, and not in the moment. And that's not what social media is about. So, a question that I get a lot when we start talking about making videos that have, in app captions and copy and everything like that is then clients or brands start to get nervous that their branding is not going to be exactly right or like match exactly what's in their brand guidelines. And the thing is that just like a perfect profile and just like some of these other things that we've said look overly done, perfectly branded videos are so overdone and very 2018. So we've gone away from that. And as someone who loves branding, I've had to really lean into the fact that the messier the video, I mean that with like the more authentic, the more you can do with using the in-app features or using the in-app editing, the better. And as soon as you release some of those branding rules that you think you have to stick to in your video is going to get better because all of that puts pressure on this video being perfect and it becomes not fun. It sucks the life out of your video and out of your content. So what we like to say is, pick a font for your over video like captions, copy, that's close to your branding. That's as close as you're going to get. You're not going to go like 180, but pick something that's in the family of your branding and it's going to be fine. They're only seeing you on social. Like you have a lot of other opportunities to reach your audience when you get them off social and you take them to your website. That's a whole different story. So I think again, it's just social media. It's just one part of where they're seeing you. It doesn't have to convey all the things about your brand.
Stop doing those 2018 Instagram things and follow for more to find out what's working today.